Good evening to the students of the SLW616, that is the advanced economic law is concerned. Yes, anyone can unmute and read what I posted on the screen so that you are with me and I am with you. Both are sailing in the same boat to reach to the destination. Participants, are you there? Okay, let me read it. Welcome to the students of the SLW616, and here I posted is an illustration regarding the today topic is concerned. Yes, Fideli Kitenge, karibu sana to the class. Can you hear me, Kitenge? Unmute and say.
Present, Prof.
Could you read my screen what I posted?
Okay. A young man in his mid-20s, unemployed with
Sauti
no
kubwa.
savings and... Okay, Prof. Let me do it.
Keep the gadget near to your mouth.
Okay, Prof. A young man in his mid-20s, unemployed with no savings and unable to make ends meet. He leaves his home, which is a one-room space in a slum, early in the morning in search of a job and is back late at night with no hope in his eyes. Imagine this challenging circumstance that a large share of the youth in developing countries face, leading them to take up criminal activities. Add to this medical emergencies in the family, education loan installment, or other financial commitments. Such situation initiates a urge to steal a small amount to pay back debts, creating a habitual preference as an easy way out of financial problems. The potential benefits seems exceedingly greater than the potential costs.
Yes, the purpose of my showing this small illustration or example is how a man can become a criminal. What are the circumstances made him to do so? In the beginning, he steal a little amount for his necessities, for his emergencies, for his education loan and medical facilities, to the wife or children, or to himself or herself, and these financial commitment, and he could not have the job. He stays in a one room, and that to be slum area, and many educated youth are, they came out of the universities by taking the degrees and Kuchoma Mahindi. What it means?
Kuchoma mind, Prof. Oh, sorry, Prof.
Many
You
people
said
are
Kuchoma.
jobless and they are selling the Mahindi. What do you say, King Reza?
Jobless or what, Prof? I didn't understand exactly what should I say.
Is it a tough question I asked you? Many
Do
people,
you want to translate?
after the university degree, jobless, searching for the job, at last they are indulged in burning the corn fruit, Mahindi.
Dio.
Kuchoma Mahindi. Is it
Ndiyo
correct?
Prof.
Kukanga mahindi.
Kuchoma mahindi, it is correct.
It is burning on the fire, on the
Yes,
living coal, cooking on
yes,
the
Prof.
living coal. So, because of self-employment, but some of them turn into the criminals by snatching the gold chain of the food pedestrians or taking away the hand purse of the pedestrians using the boda boda, a motorbike, and they start stealing for their necessity because they could not have that much patience to kuchoma mahindi or do any business to get the money. So financial commitments, such situation initiate an urge to steal a small amount to pay back the debts, creating a habitual preference as an easy way out of the financial problems. The potential benefits seem exceedingly greater than the potential cost. In the beginning, you make a small stealing, but after some times, the small stealing leads to the big one because you are habituated. Is it clear?
Yeah, Prof.
Economic of crime and punishment. Fields of psychology and sociology dominated the study of the criminology until the economist Gary Baker introduced the role of preference in the theory of the criminal behavior and how punishment can influence these preferences. A research was done by the Gary Baker, and he says the psychology and the sociology dominated the study of the criminology because criminals will become by the society, criminal will become by the psychology, criminal will become by economic necessity, a criminal one become there is no love and care, criminal will become there is no sufficient education, criminal will become there is an environment to do so. So there are many angles a man become a criminal. In the beginning, he does the small things, but in the later, he will be habituated to the life and he will become a hardcore criminal. Even he doesn't care to kill a man for the sake of money. Somebody pays him and he will kill it. So psychology and sociology dominated the study of the criminology until economist Gray Baker introduced the role of preference in the theory of the criminal behavior. The criminal behavior would be their economist and how punishment can influence these preferences. A man kill because of his starvation, a man kill because of his debts, or a man make an offense because of his poverty, a man become criminal because of his demands of a good thing in the society. So there are many factors plays a role to become a criminal or the criminal propensity would be there. So Gary Baker introduced the role of preferences in the theory of a criminal behavior and how the criminal behavior and how punishment can influence these preferences. So what the economic theory says or economic analysis says, the fields of psychology and sociology dominate the study of criminology until the economic, of course I repeated this one, means 2 times that I repeated, I made it. Okay, while the root cause of crime is a topic of perpetual debate. What is the root cause of a crime? Hamis, tumia bongo and tell me what is the cause of a crime. Why man does or committed a crime? Sir, I just now joined, sir. I don't know. Say, I don't know. Say, I don't know.
People commit crime because of different reasons. Maybe it's because of their needs in life,
Go ahead.
the desire in life.
Go ahead. I could not hear your voice. Keep your gadget very close to your mouth. Sir, there is no matanda. I told you, sit in that place where the signals are more. If the necessity comes, go and sit on the Kilimanjaro also. Is it clear? Fideli?
Yes, Prof.
While the root cause of crime is the topic of perpetual debate, it is a continuous debate. The increase in the criminal activity in the polity is usually associated with a downturn in the economy. The basis of main thing is economic up and downs. A poor is a very poorer and a rich is a very richer. And there is no a parameter to make them on the same platform. One is a high earning member, one is a earning member only hand to mouth, only square meal a day. So there is a long gap in the economic situation is concerned regarding the brought up of a man and the climate and environment is entirely different. And criminal activity in a polity usually associated with the downturn in the economy. This correlation is not accurate at times. Even if it is, the causal relation is spurious. Can a man will do crime to get the money? Or can a man will do the crime because of the propensity is there? So according to Pew Research and post 1990s, there has been a decline in a violent and property crime rates in the United States. They made the research there even during the 2006 financial crash and recession. There is up and down there. There is a recession is there. There is an unemployment is there in a developing country also. But do the people will commit the crimes there? Answer is no. Okay, if they commit it also, there is a controlling mechanism is there to see that will be curbed by the police department. And the state will more active to curb such a criminals. Even though the rate is more, no doubt at all. The crime rate is more in the developing countries. The reason is you will get any type of the gun as if you are purchasing the bamia, chungu, nyanya, vyazi. You can purchase like a vegetables. There you can purchase the guns. Are you following me?
Yes, Professor.
Yes, Prof.
Propensity is there. Yes, crime rate is there. But controlling also there. Both are there. So in the book of Freakonomics, a rogue economist explores the hidden side of the everything. The author analyzed the decline in the crime rates in the 1990s as a result of the Roe versus Wade. I don't know whether you read this case law or not, Roe versus Wade. When you read interpretation of the statutes, and one will give the explanation regarding the Roe versus Wade. It's a very classical case law in 1973. Interestingly, the Roe versus Wade, what it gives, whether the abortion is legal or illegal? Tell me. Abortion, spelling abortion, abortion. Najua?
Aha. Ndiyo Prof, tunajua.
Yes, is it legal or illegal in Tanzania?
In Tanzania, it is illegal. It is criminalized by our penal code.
But Makanga do many
the other
things in the
news-
villages.
but that it is done in a traditional, or it is not allowed in case they are caught. They are going to be charged with a criminal offense. They are doing in a janja,
Yes.
not officially allowed.
So now they said in this case law, abortion is, in India also, it is the offense. And at that time you have to do the abortion when the fetus is not normal, and if it is born also, if it is delivered also, he could not lead a happy life. It is a threat to the fetus, it is a threat to the mother. At the time, they will allow for the abortion, on the medical ground. And that to be, they say, 3 months before you have to do the abortion. After that one, you have to take the permission from the court. Whether can you do so? The court will ask again the medical advice. If the medical advice they say, yes, if one can do so, then they can be done, because to interest of the mother. But in other cases, the abortion is not there. Forget about the abortion. If a woman is pregnant, we cannot do for the ultrasound test to see whether the fetus is a male or a female. Kike au dume. Can the doctor will say here, Kike au dume, a pregnant woman in Tanzania?
Yeah, sure.
It is a criminal offense in India.
Oh, okay.
You are not supposed to say the pregnant woman is going to deliver the boy or the girl. No, it is an offense. And nobody does
Professor.
it. Nobody does it. The license will be seized. If anybody brings the notice of the, like we have the Medical Council of India, like Tanganyika Law Society for the lawyers here to take the disciplinary action. So his license will be sacked. So here Roe versus Wade, regarding the abortion is concerned, whether legal or illegal, it was the formation of the abortion laws that lead to the drop in the birth of a people who become the future criminals. Yes.
What is the rationale of prohibiting the act of predicting whether the baby is going to be a woman or a male? What is the rationale of prohibition in India?
No one can declare whether a fetus is a male or a female, because in Hindu culture, male would be preferred rather than the female, because the progeny will be male. They try to abort if it is a female, and that is the reason the government of India established the rule there. If any doctor reveals that either the male or a female, his license will be sacked.
I appreciate.
Yes, now you unmute it. You mute it. I am getting the sound from you. Okay, now, good. So now the question comes here. And hence abortion, when the abortion, because generally the abortion will do, it is a unwanted child. The child, even the mother also doesn't know who is the father of the child, because promiscuous, she will sleep with the many people, and it's a burden to them, and that's why she goes to the Maganga and see that it is aborted. And even the government also make it out. If any person wants to an unwanted child, yes, because of her safety is concerned, at that time she can have the right to abort the child. So abortion law, they will permit it, provided there is a justification is there. If there is no justification, no question. So Roe versus Wade, they say, yes, it can be aborted. It is the right given to the woman to be a pregnant or not to be a pregnant. Suppose if it is a pregnant, to give the delivery of a boy or a girl or not, it is her decision. So they allowed it. With this, what happened? No, there is led to the drop in the birth of the people who would become the future criminals. Because if the mother doesn't know who is the father of the child, and that fellow becomes, no, that much care would be there. Because a boy needs, or a girl needs, or offspring needs, a children needs the love and affection of both the parents. Am I right?
Yeah, sure.
If there is no such a love and affection would be there, that fellow become a criminal bent, because nobody is there to speak. And whenever your children comes to your home, please ask them, how's your day, how you are doing, and what your teacher taught, and ask him many questions to her. And he or she will give such enthusiastically the reply, and she will be, or he will be feel more happy. Am I right?
Definitely, Professor.
That is the growth of the children's mind, and love and affection should be there. Otherwise, if nobody takes care of them, father goes to the duty and mother goes to the duty, only Fanyakazi Nyombani, and she will take care of the child. And where is the love and affection to the child would be there? Of course, there is a maternity leave is there. How much the maternity leave now?
Three months.
In India, they made 6 months, but only up to the 2. After 3, only 6 weeks. 12 weeks, not 6 weeks, 12 weeks. So now, what I want to say is, if there is no care and protection for the children are there, and the children become criminals. Reason is, the parents will bring the things to the children to eat. When no one is giving the money to him, he will try to steal it from the pocket of the mother. Suppose if you give her or him some pocket money, and she will not steal, or give him what he needs it, depending upon your financial conditions. And especially orphans become more criminals. Either single mother also become, or single father becomes also the more criminals. And the tendency will come automatically, because there is no care and no protection of such a people. So however, during the agitated 1960s, the United States faced a high crime rate and drug abuse. There is even a prominent regional variations in crime, theft, and burglary rates, making it infeasible to reach consensus on the root cause of the occurrence of the crimes. And moreover, the students also become criminals, because if once the students become habituated for the drug taking, drugs, you know what is the drugs? Do you know the students will take the drugs in the colleges?
Yeah, yes, Professor.
Charas, brown sugar, and hallucinated narcotic drugs like ganja, which will give the mlevi, intoxication. If those drugs are there habituated, and for purchasing the drugs, they will try to steal. If they don't take the drugs, they don't feel comfortable. Hence, it is like a drug addict. like an alcoholic addict. If a person became a more alcoholic addict and he never walk properly also, speak properly also, unless until he takes at least 60 to 190 ml or 160 ml alcohol. Either it is a whiskey or a mbegu or spuriously prepared the liquor. Either with the banana or with the mbegu or with the sugar cane. What is the sugar cane?
Mua.
Yes. So, as a response to such a case, the policymaker suggests strengthening the law and policing. Countries like the United States and Britain have used the forced better policing the legal system to combat the high crime rates. Any crime rate will be combated if the police or the state will be stringent in their activity and watch them from time to time. So crime rate is there increasing. Building a sizable police forces may reduce crime, but an increasing crime rate may also have resulted in the authorities increasing the number of the police officers as a response to it. So this inconsistency is known as the simultaneity and problem, as it is unclear which of the two outcomes influence the other. So here police department also should be increased over there to see such an activity should not be encouraged. If any drug addicts is there in the universities, and they should be stopped. How they get the drugs also should be made, and their mafia is there. They try to arrest the mafia if they are importing the drugs from the other countries. So, dynamics of the crime in society extend further from the correlation between the policing and punishment. So, here a crime rate cannot be made only by the state, cannot be made only by the legislation, cannot be made only by the court. All the people should have to cooperate. Even the people, NGOs, human beings, good Samaritans, and everybody should have to cooperate it to see that the crime rate should be reduced. That means people should be educated and people should be given equal opportunity and the people should be given the free education. The education makes a man to bring the social change, and education is the factor where we can create the miracles. And moreover, the understanding of the crime confined to the social and cultural fabric restrains a quintessential aspect of the criminal behavior, that of the preference. We cannot say that crime is only linked with the poverty, crime is only linked with the finance, crime is only linked with the economic disparity. A crime also will be there because of the propensity of a human being behavior or attitude. So for the longest time, economists have used preferences to define human nature in market transaction. The economics wants to see that why the people wants to become criminals and why they want to steal and why they want to become so much a big tycoon with following the illegal means, money laundering, drug importing, and doing some economic offenses. So nonetheless, it was Gary Becker, who is an economist, who introduced these preferences in analyzing the rise and fall of the criminal activity. Gary S. Becker received a Nobel Prize in economic science in 1992. Gary S. Becker received the Nobel Prize in Economic Science in 1992 for incorporating non-market human behavior into the domain of the microeconomics approach. He made it non-market human behavior, not market human behavior, into the domain of the microeconomics approach. The microeconomics approach, he said, a man will not do only crime because of the money. No. He can do in other means also. His desires are there also. Not only the money. His desires also, other aspects also plays an important role. So let us see that what he says. So the aspects of the criminal behavior. What is the criminal behavior previously were studied by the sociologist and demographist and criminologist. It sourced a normative framework to evaluate the criminal laws, and crime did not depend on psychological factor alone, but one's preferences also. We cannot define how a crime will be committed by a criminal. Is it for the social? Is it for the economic? Is it for the environment? Is it for the necessity? We cannot make it out. So, crime is connected with the many factors, not only the money. So, the criminal behavior previously were studied by the sociologists. The sociologist concept is because of the society, a man become a criminal. And demographist also, he will also have the same behavior. And the criminologist also think in the same manner. But it shows a normative framework to evaluate the criminal laws, as a crime did not depend on psychological factors alone. The crime did not depend upon psychological factor alone, but one's preferences also. The crime is a variant, the thing, it will run in many aspects of it. Sociological aspect, environmental aspect, economic aspect, and a man's behavioral aspect. The propensity of a man, the thinking of a man, the attitude of a man. So rational choices theory, here they say rational choice theories that suggest that high unemployment will lead to a greater likelihood of the committing a criminal offense to gain the meager sum of the money in their self-interest. They said rational choice theory says unemployment is one of the factor. What I said? Unemployment is one of the factor where a people wants to commit a crimes instead of doing kuchoma mahindi. So committing a crime offenses to gain the meager sum, small sum of the money in their self-interest. Because he studied it and there is no employment, and he become mad, and his desires are more, and other fellows are enjoying the life. They are driving the Mercedes car, and this fellow, he doesn't have even a bicycle also. So in effect, the crime cycle has an inverse correlation to the business or economic cycle. So the cycle has an inverse correlation, business and economic cycle. How the business and economic cycle will grow over there. So people try to imitate the other people. And see, we are both are the classmates, and I am good in the study, but that fellow is not that much good in study, but he is enjoying a good life because his father and mothers are alike people having the money approach, political approach, and all approaches he is having. That's why the son got the good job. Because I did not have such a hook to hang. My father is the only Shamba Kulima, my mother is the only Mama Antiliye, and I am only the person who studied the law, who studied the university, and I did not get the employment. But if you really work hard and do it, I am sure that you will get the employment without the recommendation of anybody. Am I right?
Yes, Prof.
Participants, give the reply. Unless until that you don't give the reply, cannot proceed. It is say
I said
understand or
yes.
understood or pass on or yes sir or go ahead. You have to give the
I said yes, Prof.
very good, very good. Appreciate. Only one person. What about the Hamisi? What about the other students? I did not see the Agostino. Whether Agostino is present. Because I saw only three, including me. That is the Fidelis Kitanga and Petrolina Chuma. What about the Agostino? Only the 5 minutes are left. So, on the contrary, on the contrary, another school of thought believes that Recession reduce the unlawful activities as when people are employed, they tend to stay at home and does not commit any crime. Such a scenario can be possible only if the legal and policing system are strict enough to make the cost of robbery, theft greater and returns from it. The occurrence of the crime follows an inverse relations with the extremity of the punishment, and this argument fails when a crime so unreported to the local police. Now the question comes, another point is, another school of thought believes that recession, I don't know whether you know the recession, there is a high demand of the people, so the company will take the many people, but there is a demand less for the production, and they will remove the extra people because demand is less, the production is less. Demand is more, the production is more. In the pandemic, IT companies boomed like anything. But now it is a recession come. IT companies in the world, I am speaking about the multinational companies, they removed thousands together. Like an example, if you see the Flipkart and the in your transactions, the big companies and which will do the business online, they removed so many hundreds of the people, thousands of the people, a big companies, because there is no now demand of the IT, or there is no what I say the projects, and hence they removed so many people because of the recession. So recession reduce unlawful activities. Reduce unlawful activities as when people are employed. Of course, recession for the some time only, because a person who is an expert definitely will get the job in other place also, because he knows how to hunt and he can sell his skill to the another company. Are you following me? I don't know. You have
Yes,
you heard the
yes.
Amazon? Have you heard the
Yes,
Amazon?
following.
It's the IT company. It had a leg in all the fields. Amazon removed the thousands of the workers. I mean, the employees, the skilled workers, IT mans. At the time, they have pandemic. They have recruited a lot of people, but now it is removed. The many. Not only that, even you can say Cognizant is there. All multi. I don't know. Do you know the multinational companies? At least, can you name the one or two names?
Multinational companies, Prof.
Yes. Can you name at least one or two
There is
examples?
Coca-Cola
Yes, Coca-Cola is
and
not in IT field. Okay, Coca-Cola is a multinational company, no doubt at all. No doubt at all. Yeah, there because in IT companies are there many, and another business companies also there. Like you know FedEx, cargo. They have the ships, they have the planes, and the worldwide cargo they will supply, send it. FedEx, USA based. Of course, multinational company are many are there. Even the products also there. You know, products Hindustan Liver is there, and many Johnson and Johnson is there. Even medical products are there. IT companies are there. Many places the recession is there. The medical boom is more in the pandemic, and the medical department. Sikiliza mimi darasa, asante sana na shukuru sana, Mungu akubariki na kukulinda.